louder.
Hello everyone and welcome to Biology Insights. With this video, we are going to start one of the most important and interesting lecture series, Inheritance Biology. In this video lecture, we will learn Mendelian principles, principle of dominance, principle of segregation, and principle of independent assortment. Before we jump into the Mendelian principles, let's first look at who Mendel was. His name was John Mendel and his parents were farmers in Moravia. A rural upbringing taught him plant and animal husbandry and inspired an interest in nature. At the age of 21, he entered a Catholic monastery in the city of Burun. In 1847, he was ordained a priest, adopting a clerical name Gregor. After returning from Burun, he resumed his life as a teaching monk and began the genetics experiment that eventually made him famous and became the father of genetics. One of the reasons for Mendel's success is that he chose his experimental organism wisely. Mendel performed experiments with several species of garden plants and even with honeybees. But as we all know, his greatest success was with garden pea Pisum sativum. His successful results with garden peas Pisum sativum are pretty known. But the question is, why Mendel chose garden pea as an experimental material? Here are some reasons for it. The garden pea is easily grown in experimental gardens or in pots in a greenhouse. Pea flowers contain both male and female organs. The male organs called anthers produce sperm-containing pollen and the female organs called ovary produces eggs. The petal of the flowers close tightly, preventing pollen grains from entering or leaving. This enforces a system of self-fertilization in which male and female gametes from the same flower unite with each other to produce seeds. As a result, individual pea strains are highly inbred, displaying little if any genetic variations from one to the next generation. Because of this uniformity, such strains are called to be true breeding. Mendel observed some interesting characteristics of the plant, that in one strain the plants were 2 meter high, whereas in other they measured only 1 meter. Some produced green seeds and some with yellow seeds. Mendel took advantage of these contrasting traits to determine how the characteristics of pea plants are inherited. His focus on these singular differences between pea strains allowed him to study the inheritance of one trait at a time, for example, plant height. Other biologists had also attempted to follow the inheritance of many traits simultaneously, but because the results of such experiments were complex, they were unable to discover any fundamental principles about heredity. Well, Mendel had his own different plan for the experiment, where he focused on contrasting differences between the plants. For instance, round versus wrinkled seeds or yellow versus green seeds, inflated versus constricted pod or yellow versus green colored pods, purple versus white flowers or axial versus terminal position flowers, as well as tall versus dwarf plants. Mendel performed monohybrid cross experiment, with results gave principle of dominance and segregation. Mendel cross-fertilized tall and dwarf pea plants to investigate how height was inherited. He carefully removed the anther from one variety before its pollen had matured and then applied pollen from the other variety to the stigma, the sticky organ on the top of the pistil that leads to the ovary. The seeds that resulted from these cross-fertilizations were sown next year, yielding hybrids that were all uniformly tall. Mendel obtained tall plants regardless of the way he performed the cross. That was the tall male with dwarf female or dwarf male with tall female. Thus, the two reciprocal crosses gave same results. Even more significantly, Mendel noted that the dwarf characteristics seemed to be disappeared in the progeny of the cross, where all the hybrid plants were tall. To explore the hereditary makeup of these tall hybrids, Mendel allowed them to undergo self-fertilization, which is the natural course of events in peace. When he examined the progeny, he found out that they consisted of both tall and dwarf plants. In fact, among 1064 progeny that Mendel cultivated in the garden, 787 were tall and 277 were dwarfed, a ratio of approximately 3:1. Mendel was struck by the reappearance of the dwarf characteristics. Clearly, the hybrid plants that he had made by crossing tall and dwarf varieties had the ability to produce dwarf progeny even though they themselves were tall. Mendel inferred that these hybrids carry a latent genetic factors for dwarfness, which was masked by the expression of the factor for tallness. He said that the latent factor was recessive and the expressed factor was dominant. He also inferred that these recessive and dominant factors separated from each other when the hybrid plants reproduced. This enabled him to explain the reappearance of the dwarf characteristics in the next generation. Mendel also performed similar experiments to study the inheritance of all other 6 traits, that was seed textures, seed colors, pod shapes, pod colors, flower colors and flower positions. In each experiment of monohybrid cross, he found out that these progenies constantly appeared in a ratio of 3:1. Mendel made some important conclusions from this result. Each trait that was studied seemed to be controlled by a heritable factor that existed in 2 forms, one dominant and other recessive. These factors are now called genes, a word coined by the Danish plant breeder Wilhelm Johnson in 1909. Their dominant and recessive forms are called alleles, a Greek word meaning of one another. In short, we can say that alleles are alternate form of a gene, and genes are usually in pair, could be homozygous or heterozygous. Mendel explained that each of the parental strains carried 2 identical copies of a gene. In the modern terminology, they are said to be diploids and homozygous. During the production of gametes, these 2 copies are reduced to 1. That is, the gametes that emerge from meiosis carry a single copy of a gene. In the modern terminology, they are said to be haploids. It was recognized that diploid gene number would be restored when sperm and egg unite to each other to form a zygote. He understood that if the sperm and egg came from genetically different plants, as they were in his crosses, the hybrid zygote would have 2 different alleles, one from the mother and one from the father. Such an offspring is said to be heterozygous. Mendel realized that the different alleles that are present in heterozygous must coexist even though one allele is dominant and other is recessive, and each of these alleles would have an equal chance of entering a gamete when the heterozygote reproduces. Mendel used symbols to represent the hereditary factors that he postulated, which was a methodological breakthrough. The symbols that stands for genes, or more precisely for their alleles. In genetics, the letter that is chosen to denote the alleles of a gene is usually taken from the word that describes the recessive trait. The allele for dwarfness, being recessive, is symbolized by lowercase letter d, and the allele for tallness, being dominant, is symbolized by corresponding uppercase letter d. Thus, the tall and dwarfed pea strains are symbolized by DD and DD respectively. The allelic constitution of each strain is said to be its genotype, and the physical appearance of each strain, that is tall or dwarfed characteristics, is said to be its phenotype. The stated principle of dominance by Mendel is, in a heterozygote, one allele may conceal the presence of another. This principle is a statement about genetic functions. Some alleles evidently control the phenotype even while they are present in only one copy. The principle of segregation has been stated as, in a heterozygote, 2 different alleles segregate from each other during the formation of gametes. This principle is a statement about genetic transmission, an allele is transmitted faithfully to the next generation even if it was present with different allele in a heterozygote. The biological basis of this phenomenon is the pairing and subsequent separation of homozygous chromosomes during meiosis. Another experiment that Mendel performed was with plants with two different traits, which was called dihybrid crosses. Mendel crossed plants produced yellow and round seeds with plants produced green and wrinkle seeds. The purpose of the experiment was to see if two seed traits, color and texture, are inherited independently. As the F1 seeds were all yellow and round, the alleles for these two characteristics were dominant. Mendel grew plants of these seeds and allowed them to self-fertilize. Then he classified the F2 seeds and counted them by phenotype. As we discussed before, we denote each gene with a letter, using lowercase for recessive allele and uppercase for dominant allele. For the seed color gene, the two alleles are lowercase g for green and uppercase G for yellow. And for the seed texture gene, they are lowercase w for wrinkled and uppercase W for round. The parental strains which were true breeding must have been doubly homozygous, the yellow and round plants and the green and wrinkled plants. The haploid gametes produced by diploid plants contain one copy of each gene. Gametes from round and yellow seed plants therefore contain one copy of seed color and one copy of seed texture gene, and the similar with green wrinkled plants as well. Cross-fertilization of these two types of gametes produced F1 hybrids that were doubly heterozygous, and their yellow and round phenotype indicates that the allele for yellow and round characteristics are dominant. The principle of segregation predicts that F1 hybrid will produce 4 different gametic genotypes. If each gene segregates its allele independently, these 4 types will be equally frequent, that is, each will be 25% of the total. On this assumption, self-fertilization in F1 will produce an array of 16 equally frequent zygotic genotypes. We obtain the zygotic array by systematically combining of the gametes as shown in the box. We then obtain the phenotypes of these F2 genotypes by noting that yellow and round are the dominant alleles. Although there are 4 distinguishable phenotypes, with relative frequency indicated by the number of positions occupied in the array. For absolute frequencies, we divided each number by a total 16. Yellow and round is 9 by 16, yellow and wrinkle is 3 by 16, green and round is 3 by 16, and green and wrinkle is 1 by 16. This analysis is predicted on the basis of 2 assumptions. One is that each gene segregates its allele, and 2 is that these segregation are independent of each other. The second assumption implies that there is no connection or linkage between the segregation events of 2 genes. We can compare the predicted and observed frequencies of 4 F2 phenotypes in 2 ways, by proportions and by numerical frequencies. For numerical frequencies, we calculate the predicted numbers by multiplying the predicted proportion by the total number of F2 seeds examined. With either method, there is obviously good agreement between the observations and the predictions. Thus, the assumption on which we have built our analysis, independent segregation of seed color and seed texture genes, are consistent with the observed data. Mendel conducted similar experiments with other combinations of traits, and in each case he observed that the gene segregates independently. The results of these experiments led him to the third key principle. The allele of different genes segregate, or sometimes say assort, independently from each other. This statement is principle of independent assortment, and it is another rule of genetic transmission. However, not all genes are abide by principle of independent assortment. We will see some genes in the upcoming video lectures. Before we summarize this video lecture, If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button to get insights of biology. In this video lecture, we learn how Mendel's research led him to formulate three principles of inheritance. Number 1. The alleles of a gene are either dominant or recessive. Number 2. Different alleles of a gene segregate from each other during the formation of gametes. And number 3. The alleles of different genes are sorted independently. These are the references we used to prepare this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel.